Hi, welcome to You Can Do Math. Today we are finding the volume of cylinders like this. You guys like chicken noodle soup? I do. I actually really like it. I tried to make it one time. I am no chicken noodle chef. But anyways, we're going to find the volume of cylinders, circular bases, parallel to each other, cylinder. Let's do this. All right, to find the volume of a cylinder, we have to find the area of the base and multiply it by the height. So let's go ahead and start off by writing out what that would look like for a cylinder. So volume, let's just write out area of the base, and we're going to multiply it by the height. Okay, great. So since the base of our cylinder is a circle, the area of the base is pi r squared. And the height we can just indicate with the letter h. So if we are taking a look at the formula, we need to find r, which represents our radius, and h, which represents our height, and we have both of those values in our diagram. So we'll say that volume equals pi, radius is 4 squared, and then we're going to multiply that by the height, which is 7. So we have 16 squared, not 16 squared, 16 pi, big difference there. 16 pi times 7, and then we can just simply multiply 16 times 7, which is 112, so that gives us 112 pi. Now, I like to multiply all of my numbers first and then put pi at the end because 112 pi is the exact answer. Remember, pi is an irrational number that goes on forever, and so right there, that's the exact answer. That volume is 112 pi. But for the sake of our lesson for today, I'd like you to multiply with pi. I'd like you to use 3.14. So do 112 times 3.14, and that's going to give us 351.68. Now also today we are going to be rounding to the nearest tenth, which is the first number past the decimal. Now that would be the 6. In order to round correctly to that tenths position, we need to look at the next number, which is 8, and 8 is greater than 5, so we need to round that 6 to a 7. So final answer, volume is 351.7 yards cubed. All right, let's try example 2. For example 2, I always like to start off by writing down the formula. It's just a great habit to kind of get into. Volume is pi r squared h. All right, so pi, our radius is 5. 5 squared is 25. Are you guys cool with me just writing 25? Yeah? Okay. 25, right? Because r is 5, 5 squared is 25, and then times it by the height is 12. I like how I ask questions and I can't ever hear you answer. It's like being in class. I tried. Sorry, guys. All right, so 25 times 12 is 300. So 300 pi is the exact answer. Now, I would like the rounded answer, so please multiply by 3.14, and when we do so, our volume is 942 exactly, but please do not forget the units. It is centimeters cubed. All right, so this time in the video is where I always like you to try on your own. This is what the next problem looks like, so I'd like you to take a second and pause this video and try this on your own, and this one's just a tad bit different. Do you notice? Do you take a look? Do you see what's a little bit different about it? Pause anyways, right now. Okay, hi, welcome back. Did you notice that the problem gave you the diameter and not the radius? I hope so. All right, so volume equals pi r squared h. Our volume is pi, and our radius for this problem is 4. I hope I didn't trick you and you guys use a. 4 squared times 5. So whenever you are given the whole diameter, right, you want to make sure that you cut that number in half to give us our radius. All right, so our volume is 16 pi. And I know that might confuse you that I moved the 16 in front of the pi. Don't. Multiplication is commutative. All of those values there are multiplying each other. I think it's just habit. I just, when I see a pi, I always try to put it at the end. I don't know. And then there's a 5, and then 16 times 5 is going to give us 80. So we have 80 pi, and that is the exact answer. But now we want the rounded answer, so we're going to multiply 80 by 3.14 and get 251.2, and we don't have to do any additional rounding from there, and it is centimeters cubed. All right, so I went downstairs in my basement and I found, one second, a paint can. I mean, this thing's heavy. I was hoping to get one that didn't have as much in it, but here we are. Okay, so let's do an example with a paint can. Okay, I'm gonna set this down now. Okay, so let's say that paint can is, and let's go ahead, let's write it down. Let's just write down paint can. Our paint can is, let's go 12 inches high. And let's say that the radius is 6 inches. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and find the volume in inches of our paint can. And I'm gonna draw a picture. Why not? We don't have one. I'm not a very good artist. I'm sure some of you out there are like really awesome. Meh, okay. And so I just want to like write down 12 inches. Let's do like radius 6 inches. It's not good, but it'll do. All right, so volume equals pi r squared h. Our volume is pi, and r squared is, since we have a radius of 6, so that would be 36 times our height, which is 12. Now, 36 times 12, that's going to give us 432, so volume is 432 pi. And that's our exact answer, but we're now going to multiply by 3.14, so 432 times 3.14 is 1,356.48. Now, I don't want you to round that 48 to a 5 just yet, because let's just say that 1 gallon, right, 1 gallon of paint is 150 inches cubed. So how much gallons of paint, or how many gallons of paint are in that paint can if now we found the volume in inches cubed? Well, we can simply take the 1,356.48 that I don't want to round that 48 to the 5 quite yet, because I want to divide it by 150. And when I do, that gives us about 9 gallons. Well, it's 9.04, but since we're rounding to the nearest tenth, that would give us 9 gallons. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed learning about the volume of cylinders, and please make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, see you guys later.